Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode with your girl Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. Hopefully you guys are doing alright. I know I sound very distant, so let me get closer to the mic. Alright, so we are continuing on with our journey with factoring. So I know I'm a little late because I was outside mowing my lawn, or aka the ex-jungle. So if anybody, I don't just sit around here waiting to go live, people. I got stuff to do. And on top of doing tutoring, on top of writing 2 books, and I have 4 more books to go. 3 of them I want to get done for this month, and 1 I want to get done for next month. So your girl is always busy. So when you call, I don't know what's in, You think I'll just sit around and do nothing all day? Work 7 days a week, my babies, 7 days a week. All right, as you're coming in, go ahead and tap it up. So what we're doing is factoring by grouping. We factored by GCF. We actually did the AC method. We did factoring completely. So now we're going to reintroduce ourselves to factoring by grouping. So this is when you have 4 terms, okay? When you have 2 terms, most of the time we're just doing GCF. When you have 3 terms, you can do GCF and AC method. And when you have 4 terms, you're going to do what's called grouping. So you're going to do exactly that. You're going to group. You're going to group some things, and then you're going to use that whole concept of GCF not once but twice. So I will show you a couple examples as soon as you guys come on in and tap it on up to my favorite number. Is this Algebra 1? Yes, it is. It's like second semester Algebra 1, but it's also in Algebra 2. Okay. Hey, Janice, how are you? Thanks for asking, Jenny. Jenny. I like with the double eyes. Hey, Lupita, how are you? Welcome in. Hello, hello. Me, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, and not just because I'm cute, because I was just outside trying to get my lawns mowed. Yes, I have lawns. Yeah. One of the lucky ones. But here we are. All right. Okay, everyone. So thank you for stopping in on a lovely Sunday. Supposedly we might be getting rain sometime tomorrow. So that's why we were doing all the lawns and everything. So let me put today's date on and let's get started. Now, let's try to keep it relatively simple. All right, so we have our 12x cubed plus 2x squared minus 30x minus 5. Okay, so let me slide that down. Let me move some stuff out of my way. Buying groceries, I know. Do you feel like crying? I know I cry every time it's time for me to buy groceries. Jeez. And I'm like, why do I eat so much? And then the stuff that's supposed to be good is mad expensive. But they want us to eat well. Huh. Crazy. Anywho. All right, so when you're factoring by grouping, like I said, there's 4 terms. So we're going to group 2 at a time. So we're going to group the first 2 terms, and we're going to group the last 2 terms. So what we're actually doing is trying to find the GCF for each of the parentheses. So for right now, we're just going to look at 1 parenthesis at a time. I'm trying to find my card. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to cover up that second parenthesis and focus all my attention on the first. Everything is like coming up weird. There we go. I'm like, just zoom, people. Okay, so if we're taking a look at this first parenthesis, What is my GCF? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. What is my GCF? So let's take a look at the numbers. We have 12 and we have 2. So we're not looking at their multiplication. We're looking at how are they factors. Like I can find 2 in the 1 times table and the 2's times table. I can find 12 in the 1's, the 2's, the 3's, the 4's, the 6's, as well as the 12's. So what do they have in common? Hey, Pog, there you go. Hello. Good afternoon or good evening for me, but that's good. Yes, so they all have 2 in common. And there's 3 x's here, there's 2 x's there. That means they have 2 of the x's in common. And just in case you missed when I said this a long time ago, when you're looking at the exponents, always grab the lowest one. So this 2x squared, that's going to be your GCF. So now we need to figure out what should go inside the parenthesis. So in order for you to do that, is you're going to take the original. Guys, I'm not doing any battles. Jeez. You're going to take the original and you're going to divide by your GCF. Okay, so take the original and divide by the GCF. So 12 divided by 2, that will give me 6. If I have 3 x's here and I took 2 x's out, that means I have 1 x left. Because remember, when you're dividing, you're subtracting the exponents. Now I have a positive 2, so that means I can bring down my positive. Positive 2 divided by positive 2, that gives me a 1. And if I have x squared, that means if I have 2 x's here and I took 2 away, I don't have any x's left over. I don't have to put x to the 0 power because anything raised to the 0 power is 1. And then if you multiply that 1 with the 1 that we got from 2 divided by 2, you're still going to get 1. Okay? All right. So for that first parenthesis, just factoring out with the GCF, we have 2x squared times 6x plus 1. So now we're going to do the exact same thing, but with the other side. So I'm going to cover this side up. Now, let me slide over. What would be my GCF for this parenthesis? Okay. All right. So Pog's saying -5. Tori's saying 5. I'm glad that we're saying this. Thank you. Michael, hi Michael, saying -5. Is it Datari? Datari? Saying -5. Endron saying 5. Okay, so Sherry Walls is saying 25. All right, so we're looking at what do they have in common. So we're looking at their factors. The only way you can get 5 is 1's and 5's time tables. Where you can get 30s, you can get it 1's and 2's and 3's and 5's. So they both have the 5 times table in common. But here's the thing. When your leading coefficient is negative, pull that negative out. So your leading coefficient is not just going to be 5, it's going to be a -5. Okay, anytime your leading coefficient, the one with the highest degree, if it's negative, pull it out with whatever you're pulling out with the GCF. So now, if I divide -30x divided by -5, so a negative divided by a negative gives me what? Okay, not a problem. So a negative divided by negative, good, gives me a positive. So what's 30x divided by 5? I know it's going to be positive, but positive what? Yes, Alexandria, good. No, we're not multiplying, we're dividing. Positive 6x, there we go. Okay, so positive 30x divided by, negative 30x divided by a negative 5, a negative divided by negatively positive. 30 divided by 5 is 6, and since 30 has an x, you just bring that x down. So negative 5 divided by negative 5 will give me, good. I want to say Sammy, but I don't think that's how it is. Samia? Okay, Endron, good. Good. Cynthia, good. Dakari, good. It's almost like Atari, but deck in front of it. Okay, Alexandria, hey Jason. Okay, Apple user, good. So it's going to be a positive 1, because negative divided by negative gives me positive, and 5 divided by 5 gives me 1. Now, so that's what we're doing. You group them. So let me put it to you this way. You group them in 2s. Then you find the GCF. And then you divide that GCF by your original to get what's inside the parenthesis. Then you do the same for the other side. You find the GCF. And if it is negative, pull that negative out as well. Then you divide by the GCF to find this parenthesis. Now, covering up the original so it won't get too overwhelming. What do you notice? What do you notice? Nice blue 504. Like terms. Okay, so Callie, where is the like terms? So we're not going to distribute because it's going to take us right back to our original spot. Okay, so they both have 6x plus 1 in common. The parentheses are the same. Good. 6x plus 1. 6x plus 1 is the same. Good. Okay, that's 6x plus 1. Nice. That's what you're looking for when you're doing grouping. Your parentheses should basically be the next GCF. So we're doing GCFs basically 3 times. You're finding it for each of the original parentheses, and then when you get to this line, you're pulling out the GCF. So if I pull out the GCF and give it their own parenthesis, so that means the 6x plus 1s I pulled out here. That'll be my GCF for this line. What's left? Okay, what's left? 2x squared minus 5, said Alexandria. Good. Good. 2x squared minus 5 in one parenthesis. There you go, Queen Bee. How are you? Okay. 2x squared minus 5. There you go, Andron. So good. It's basically what's outside the parenthesis. That's going to be your factor. So, I know I see an x squared, and I'm like, ooh, let me see if this can be factored some more. But here's the thing. The only thing that 2 and 5 have in common is 1. So I can't factor this out anymore for it to make sense. So if I can't break it down, I bring it down. Okay. Good, Cynthia. Good, Nicole. Yep, you just have to make sure. Okay, good, Hope. Blue 504, good job. Hey, Big Al. Okay, don't forget the X, Big Al, but you're good. Michael R, how are you? Good job. Yeah, I did. I did respond back because I've been all these responses. Yes, not a problem. Okay, good job. Thank you, T-Rex, for the follow. Appreciate it. Same, Yolanda. Thank you. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I just have to cool down from mowing and cutting a jungle. The worst part is it's not my jungle. You know, gotta love neighbors. But anyway, they're not that bad people. I've heard of worse. All right, so let's see if we can do, okay. I don't want to get too far off. So 6b cubed minus 16v squared plus 21v minus 56. Let me raise up. Where did I get the 2x from in the beginning? Well, 12 and 2, what do they have in common? It's 2. X to the third, x to the second power is the lowest. So that's what x squared came from. Well, that could work, except for the 16. Is it shy, son? You German? All right, you can't divide the 16 by 3. Okay, not AC method. We're going to do by grouping. AC method works for trinomials, not quads. I meant to say polynomial, but I had to get something to drink. There you go. Yep, make it into groups. So, first things first on the red list. So we're going to group the first 2 terms. Then we're going to group the last 2 terms. So now, let's look at one parenthesis at a time. So, 6v to the third minus 16v to the second. So 6 and 16, what do they have in common? So I'm seeing a whole lot of 2s. So everyone's in my brain. Okay, so we're seeing the 2s for the coefficient, but what about the variables? Okay, so Taylor's saying 2v squared. GCF is 2v squared. Queen Bee saying 2v squared. Good. Yes, put that v squared in there to get tighten. Oh, thank you, Michael. Okay, if you guys want to get your exponents, Michael R just put a little suggestion there for you. So type in the chat like 6v. Then hold down the 3 to raise it to the power. See, look at us all helping each other out. I'm loving that. Just trust me, I'm always learning something new around here. All right. There we go, Big Al. Look at you really being all fancy. Okay, good, Ingrid. All right. Well, hold on. 2v to the second power. Okay. 2v to the second power. So now, let's divide our original by our GCF. Okay. So, I got you. So 6v to the third divided by 2v to the second. All right, so 6 divided by 2 . Okay, so balance $sign. If this is really like for people that are going to be taking, like, say, the GED, Accuplacer, or just for giggles, but you can't use the calculator for that, so you have to do it by hand. Okay. All right. So now, 6 divided by 2, that gives us our 3. V to the third divided by v squared. So that means if I have 3 v's and I take 2 out, I got 1 v left. That's going to go inside. Negative 16v squared. So negative 16 divided by 2 gives you your negative 8. And if I have 2 v's and I take 2 v's out, I don't have any v's left. There you go, Ingrid. There you go, Ashley. Good. Jonah, good. Call me Cdet. Good. All right, Jason, good. All right, there you are. So, if anything, okay, nice. So after we do that side, we got to do to the other side. Okay. You have a headache watching this. Well, here's the thing, Richie. You know you love this. Because you didn't have to respond. So because you respond, I'm going to call on you. All right, so now we're going to go to the other side. So we need to know what 21 and 56 have in common. 21 and 56. So Alexandra's saying 7. Cynthia's 7. Jason 7. Hog 7. Riley, hello, 7. Haven't seen your name in a minute. Maddie, oh, I haven't seen your name. It's Maddie's saying 8. Call me Cdet. That's 7. Big Al 7. Jules 7. Okay, Jess, how are you? 7. And Gerald 7. Blue 504 7. Freckles face 7. Okay, Ingrid 7. I'm wrong, ignore me. I'm not going to ignore you. We just make the corrections and we keep it moving. That's what we do. Okay, and another, Michelle, 7. All right, so, and since it's leading, that's positive, I'm going to put a plus 7. Oops, should have it in red, sorry. Okay, so now we're going to take what's inside of this parenthesis and divide by 7. So 21v divided by 7 is going to be 3v. Messing up my colors today. And then minus 56, so this is a negative 56, divided by a positive 8. That gives me a negative 8. Good. Yep. Yes, it does. Okay, so once you do your division, you're basically finding the GCF of each of the parentheses, and then you divide by their respective parenthesis. And after you do that, what do you notice? Let me cover up the original. What do you notice? Yes, so we can factor out the 3v minus 8 because they both have it. So it's like the GCF of this line. So if I'm going to put that 3v minus 8 in one parenthesis, what remains in the other parenthesis? So that's the thing, Michael. It will always have to pan out that way. There we go. I'm seeing 2v squared plus 7. Good. Parker said 2v squared plus 7. Jess said 2v squared plus 7. Oh, look at y'all being fancy with y'all exponents. Okay, Michael with 2v squared plus 7. EJ says 2v. Don't forget the square, EJ, if you can. Jason with the 2v squared plus 7. Yes, so the whole thing will be 3v minus 8 times 2v squared plus 7. Big Al, 2v squared plus 7. We're learning, yes! And you're learning from each other. I love it! All right, awesome. So, again, I see the squared, so I'm like, ooh, let me see. Okay, 2 and 7, do they have anything in common that I can break down other than 1? The answer to that is no. So since they don't have anything in common, this is my answer. And I know for a fact, a couple of you guys are like, well, we got to set it equal to 0. Pause. These are expressions. We didn't start off with an equal sign. That means we're not ending with an equal sign. Okay, if you start off with an equal sign, yes, set it equal to 0 and continue on, which we're going to learn about that tomorrow, actually. All right, so for this case, all we're doing is simplifying, not solving. Okay, take a breath. So, what's wrong, Destin? Your mind's blown? Yes, so both are prime. Welcome to the math community. Yes, equations you solve, expressions you simplify. That is correct. Because there was a couple people I had today that was like, all right, I got to solve for 0. I'm like, you didn't start off with an equal sign. So stop it. It's a habit. Okay. Any tips for tutoring someone? Oh, I have plenty of tips. So Chase, definitely follow me, or if anything, message me, and we can sit down and come with a time to chat, because I will speaketh the truth. All right, so while you guys are all here, there is over 279 of us. We should be able to get to 15K in a heartbeat. Do not be stingy with your love. Tap away. Let's do a mad tap. Okay, I try to make it easy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, the equal sign thing. Yes. Yes. So, so that's the thing. We're at 7. Hey, Coach, how are you? You didn't miss a lot. We just have these 2 examples. So right now, everyone's doing a mad tap to like 15K. I mean, there's tons of us here, and we're doing by grouping. So if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot. You can do that. But the next one, I'm going to be starting up before you know it. Okay? All right. So while you guys are tapping, again, this is a live that's great for people that are going back to community college or going back to college and have to take a math course and they're freaking out. Or they're thinking about getting their GED, or they're thinking about getting their ASVAB, or maybe they're going back to school to get the AccuPlacer to figure out which math class they should start with. And just going through math concepts step by step. I truly believe that when you were learning it for the first time, you probably had someone that was really good at math, but just didn't know how to break concepts down to their students. And that happens. That happened to me as well. So I keep that in mind when I do my teaching. I used to be in the classroom for like 22 years. And I decided the last 5, soon to be 6 years, to start my own online math tutoring company. Not even a company, just it's me, myself, and I. We all have meetings every day. And we just break down concepts. So If you're a type of person that you're just like, yeah, I know the math. You know, I'm already taking like AP calculus and this is all, this is so easy. This is not the life for you. If you're just like want to sit and chill, do some math, freshen your mind away from all the craziness and you just want to relax and do it and learn a little bit of something, this is the life for you. Okay? So I just want to point that out. And we already hit our goal, which is awesome. Thank you. All right. So here we go. So let's take a look. Let's try this one. So we got 49x cubed minus 35x squared plus 56x minus 40. Okay, so let me raise that up. Okay. So we're going to take it step by step. So for people that are coming in, we're doing what's called factoring by grouping. Okay, factoring by grouping. Solving equations with radicals? Yes, definitely go there. Go to my YT. Yep. With radicals? Yep. Go to my YT. Why not do two methods? Because I just want to do one method per live. Because I do not want to confuse people. Because they already are going to classes where a teacher's showing like 5 or 6 different methods and it's confusing the hell out of everybody. So if you want things to be shoved down your throat, this is not the life for you. Okay? I would love for you to stay, but I don't want to hold you back. All right? Okay. Okay. All right. So, first thing we're going to do. Yes. So, here we go. We got our first two. And then we have our last two. Okay. There we go. So if I cover up that first one, Big Al is telling me, now he's doing exponents. He's just taking it. And he's just being so bougie now. Sorry. So we have 7x cubed minus 3x squared. So that's what Big Al has. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're saying 7 is a common. Okay, so we don't have a denominator because these aren't fractions. Okay, so they're the common factor. All right, and just a nobody, I'm so sorry, but I need for you to change your name because you're definitely somebody. Okay, so you're saying 7x raised to the second power. Or you can leave it like that and just tell me what your real name is, because I refuse to say that after this moment. Okay? All right, so Pog is saying 7x squared. All right. The common factor, there we go. Hello, Beans. Okay, that's all right, Beans. We're going to walk you through it. It's all right. Not a problem. All right. So Mikey is saying 7x squared, and then you have 7x minus 5. All right, Endron is saying 7, I'm assuming 7x raised to the second power. Okay, Michael R is saying 7x raised to the second power. 3, Casey. Hey, Casey with the 31 in the middle. Okay, so the 7x squared. So we have 7x squared. Okay, still working on the second group. Okay. All right, so let's break it down. So we have 49 and 35. What what factors are they found? Okay, the factors that they both have in common is 7, because you can find the 49 and the 35 in the 7 times table. So I'm going to pull out my 7. There's 3 x's here. There's 2 x's there. So how many groups of x's do they have in common? It's going to be 2. Easiest way to remember is if they both have x's, always look for the one with the lowest exponent. So this is my GCF. That's 7x squared. So now I'm going to take the original parenthesis and divide it by my GCF. So when we do that, 49 divided by 7 gives me 7. If I have 3 x's and I take 2 x's out, I will have 1 x remaining. I have a negative 35 divided by a positive 7. A negative divided by a positive is negative. 35 divided by 7 is 5. And if I have 2 x's here and I take 2 x's away, I don't have any x's left. So what remains is my 7x minus 5. Okay, good. So now we're going to use the next parenthesis. So I'm going to cover this up so I can spend all my attention on this. So what number, since it's a positive 56, so I know it's going to be a plus, what number does 56 and 40 have in common? Oh. So I got some 8s, I got some 7s, I got some 8s. What do we got? I got ocho. My pog. Danny says 8. Kai says 8. Hey. Michael R says 8. Teresa, hello. Says 2, but there's something much bigger, Teresa. Even bigger than 4. Okay. Is that right? So we got 8. The truth seeker, touch not my anointed, is either 2 or 8. But see which one's greatest. Greatest common factor. Okay. Jason saying 8. Coach is saying 8. Okay. 3 Casey saying 8. Here we go with the Roman numerals. Peggy Sue saying 8. Yes. Okay, how many times are we going to ask this question? Do you also teach like solving with square roots? I do all of that. And a lot of those things I've already done. That's on my YT. Yep, got all those videos. Good. Nice. All right, so if we're saying 8, let's divide the original by this positive 8. So, parentheses right here. So, 56x divided by 8, that will give me my 7x. And then negative 40 divided by positive 8 will give me a negative 5. Yes. Okay, so what do we notice? The parentheses are exactly the same. All right, we did this 3 times. And each time the parentheses were exactly the same. So there must be something going on with that. Sorry, that was teacher excitement. So here's, I don't want to say a secret because it's not really a secret. When you're doing it by grouping, you want your parentheses to be exactly the same, even to the signage. Okay, we definitely want to make sure that the 7s are positive. We want to make sure that the 5s are negative. And then what remains is what's outside the parenthesis. And you're going to put them in their own parenthesis. So you have your 7x squared plus 8. Now, is it wrong if I say this? Is it wrong if I say that? There you go. Nope, I do not. Exactly. So if the signs are wrong, if your parentheses are incorrect, that means you need to do something to change it. And it's mostly going to be happening here on the second part. Okay. Yep. So it's interchangeable. There you go. Commutative. Look at that. All right. So I just want to make sure I got everyone. All right. So how did I get 8? So 56 and 40. They're both found in the 8 times table. Okay. You could use 2s, but that's not the greatest number they have in common. You could possibly use 4s, but that's not the greatest number that they have in common. The greatest number that they have in common by factors is going to be 8. And since it is my leading coefficient is positive, that's why it's a positive 8. Okay, you always work with the signage of your leading coefficient. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think I want to try one more and then go into maybe another concept before I sweat all over everything. Okay, so let me leave you alone with this next one. Let's see. 28. Yeah, we got that. Give that one a try. Now, I'm going to leave you alone for about 2 minutes. And then we're going to share our answers. So hold your answers till the end. Okay? All right. So go ahead. Give me the full answer, but hold your answer until the end. Hold your answers till the end. Okay. What's my schedule? If you look on my profile, there's actually a schedule posted. It's pinned on my account. Okay, 15 seconds. All right, post your answers. Let's see what you guys got. Okay, so you got 7v plus 4. What happened to the other parenthesis? Okay, you forgot the v. So 4v squared and 7v plus 4. There's something missing. Something else that's missing. Nope, we're doing all of it. That's why I was giving you guys 2 minutes. Okay. Yep. So if you're thinking, go ahead and tapping. And here's the thing. If you're not sure, question marks are more than welcome. Okay? Question marks are more than welcome if you're just like, I don't know. Okay? So God is good saying 4v squared, which is 7v plus 4. Something's missing. Okay. Family for Christ, thank you for your boldness. Thank you for the question mark. Emerson, thank you as well. I'm going to break this down in a moment. Okay. So Casey, we have 4v squared and 7v plus 4 minus 3 times 7v minus 3. That minus 3 at the end, take a look at that. Because 3 times 3 gives me what? The last number is of negative 4 or positive 4. Because isn't this a negative 12? Because if you have it as a negative 4, that means negative 3 times negative 4 gives me a negative 12. Yes. So God is good. Just have to bring that 4x squared back and we'll begin business. Okay, so touch not, saying 4v squared and 7v plus 4. And so you have your 3, but your leading coefficient was negative for the second parenthesis. Okay. Oh, thank you. Amen. Appreciate that. More than willing to take this. Take all the prayer that you can give, Lamb of God. I'll take all the prayer that you can give. Okay, Danny's saying 4v squared was 7v plus 4 minus 3 times 7v plus 4. Good. Now you just have to finish it out, Danny. Just have to finish it out. You're like one step away from it. You got that. Okay, so you're saying just 2 squared. Okay, it's supposed to have like 2 things. All right. Think it's plus 4? Yes. There you go, Touch. There it is. Okay, thank you for the follows, guys. I appreciate it. Okay. There it is. Now, Touch, you notice your parentheses. You're stuck? Your parentheses are exactly the same. Take a look what we did earlier. When our parentheses was exactly the same, we did this. And we did that. Accepting gifts again? Yes, I am. I'm always accepting gifts. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Second set has negatives? It does. So that means we have to factor out our negative. Okay. All right. Here's another person I need to say. I need for you to change your name. Nobody 34. You are somebody. And the fact that you want to pursue and pass your GED test, just let me know what you're doing. Reach out to me, send me a message so we can figure out a good plan for you. Okay? Because I don't know. Right? And saying you with the ASVAB. Okay. What's the score that you're trying to get, Louis? Or Louise? Lucy? Okay, what is that score that you're trying to reach? All right, so for right now, I think what's getting us is this second parenthesis. The first parenthesis looks pretty awesome. I think it's the second parenthesis that's getting everybody. All right, so we notice that 28 and 16, what they have in common is like 4. And then we have v to the third and v to the second, so they had v squared. So if I divide the original by the 4v squared, 28 divided by 4, that gives me 7. Oops. Change my color there. If I have 3 v's here and I take away 2 v's, that means I have 1 v left. Now we have 16 divided by 4. And since it's a positive 16 divided by a positive 4, my answer is going to be a positive 4. And then we had 2 v's. We took away 2 v's, so we don't have any v's left. That's what's happening for the first one, and I think a lot of us get that. But what's freaking everyone out is what's going on over here with these negatives. So, I know my leading coefficient, that 21, is negative. So that means that my GCF has to be negative. I got to factor out that negative. So now 21 and 12, what do they have in common is 3. Okay, it's not going to be 3v because the 12 doesn't have a v next to it. So now we have to divide. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So we got a positive 7. The 21 has a v, but the 3 does not. So if I can't break it down, I'm going to bring it down. Now this what got a lot of people. a negative 12 divided by a negative 3. A negative divided by a negative, that's a positive. And it's a positive 4. When you're multiplying or dividing and they both have the same signs, your answer is always going to be positive. All right. Multiply the outside. Okay. Now, this is where people were getting stuck. You were basically giving me the right answer. You just have to do one more step. Notice your parentheses are exactly the same. So since they're exactly the same, we can pull that out. That's your GCF of this line. Because we're finding the GCF 3 times. We found it here for this parenthesis. We found it here for this parenthesis. Now we're going to find it here with the same parentheses. So that means we have 7v plus 4. And then what goes into the other parenthesis is what's outside. So we just bring down our 4v squared and our minus 3. And even though this says v squared, I'm looking at 4 and 3, and the only thing they have in common is a 1. So, boom. I can't break it down. Okay? So for those that were kind of stuck, do you see what happened? If you have questions, this is the perfect time to ask it. And then also, we have 164 people in here. We should easily be able to get to 40K. Easily. Okay? So let's tap it up, and then you can ask your questions. That's all I'm here. I'm here for you guys. Okay, you got it? Good. Thanks for the like, God's daughter. I appreciate it. Let's go. Hayden, how are you? That's okay. Remember, all of my lives, and let me put it out as a reminder because I keep forgetting. Most of you guys don't even know who I am. But all of my lives, guys, if you go here and you go here, all of my TikTok lives from February 2nd is there. Okay? It's all under TikTok lives. Okay? All you have to do is just go here. It's a free subscription because I'm not bougie yet. Keep on tapping. Keep on tapping. So 40K is not our target. Our target is 50. Oh, all right. You guys are demanding. Can you zoom out a little? Sure. Oops. Oops. Got all kinds of crazy stuff going on here. Now, I do have, like, the book that I'm writing in, I actually developed. Okay? It's a Cornell-inspired notes, and it's just for math students. There is plenty of notebooks that's great for English, great for journaling, but there really isn't anything for math. It's always like a second thought, right? So I just said, you know what? I know there's a lot of teachers that are just like giving their kids packets for their notes, you know, so they have their guided notes. And the kids aren't looking at those packets. Like when they go home, they're not looking at it. And how I know? Because when I ask them to pull out their notes during my tutoring sessions, it's just like, you know, something just died in their book bags, right? So by having these things, let me take this away for a second. I have a lot of, like, the formulas will normally be here. The steps that you have can go there. Because right now we're on book 5. So there's not a whole heck of a lot. I mean, this one we did the AC method. We just had the standard form and a couple of steps. And what you can do is just break down some of the problems on one side as well as the other. Then you also have what's called the mood tracker. So like, how'd you feel before the lesson? How do you feel during the lesson? How do you feel after the lesson? So this is something that's great for like homeschooling or even for teachers to help their kids out. So there's like 100 pages just like this, okay? Nice full book. But that's not all this is, because it wouldn't be the ultimate math notebook without the rest of it. So the Ultimate Math Notebook has resources. So if you have trouble understanding and figuring out your factors, I have factor sheets. It goes up to 1 all the way to 200. Okay? In addition, if you can't remember those rules of integers, I have that right here for you. So we're looking at the addition, we're looking at subtraction, as well as multiplication and division. Then for word problems, the most frequent words used in most word problems and what operation they are talking about. Then on top of that, we have our order of operations, both in the US and international. Then we have the properties of exponents, linear and quadratic equations. Like, it has everything. Hence the Ultimate Math Notebook. You know, a little bit of geometry. So coming soon is going to be a geometry notebook. Trust me, that is such a beast. But we have area and perimeter. We also have volume and surface area. If we're looking at area of the sector, arc length, and then we have our unit circle, as well as Pythagorean's theorem. Okay, so this is called the Ultimate Math Notebook. It is designed just for math students. All right, but if you like my notes and you want my notes, I have something called Audrey's Notes, just like a play on, you know, Cliff Notes back in the day. So if you want copies of my notes, just like the same exact notes that I do on TikTok, just waiting for book 4 to be released because I put that in last night. And if anything, what you can do is everyone has a QR code. If you scan the QR code, someone asked me about simplifying radicals. So see, we were talking about radicals. If you scan the QR code, it will take you directly to the live that these notes are instilled on. Okay, so every single solitary note. So this one is book 3. So I have, and like I said, book 4 we just finished. Okay, so it's literally a copy of my notes. Now, other things that I have are courses. Okay, got plenty of courses to help you with the GED, to help you with the AccuPlacer, the math of the GED, the math portion of the AccuPlacer, and the ASVAB. Okay, if you need assistance with that, I have courses like that. Okay, but if you're interested into the books, just let me know, or you can go here to get your own books. That's my own personal bookstore. So we got math books, we got Audrey's Notes, and then I'm working on a math workbook. That I'm trying to get that out by August. Okay, to go in and basically with my courses. Yeah. So I don't sit here and just wait until my lives, people. I'm always working. I'm always working. So, and if you are currently taking a class and you want some services, hold on. Here we go. The whole puzzle piece. There we go. So, if you need any help, like I do one-to-one and I also do small groups. I'm starting to do a couple small groups with college algebra. So if you're currently taking a college algebra class and this is your last math class that you need, don't sit there and struggle, okay? Go ahead, you can ask your teacher, but your teacher is going to give you the same results that you got in the classroom, okay? And especially those classes that are online. All right, I have the self-paced courses. These are the prices of self-paced courses. This price is not going to stay here for long, Okay, September 1st, this price is going right back up to the $327. So you get access to the course and you get 4 30-minute tutoring sessions with me. Okay? Bargain. So if you're going to sign up for that, make sure you sign up for it. You know, you can just message me and then we could talk through to see what will be the best solution for you. Because some of you guys might be taking the ASVAB like really soon, or some of you guys might be taking your GED really soon. So maybe a course may not work for you, but we can do some sessions to make sure that you're okay. All right? Okay, so let me go to the comments now that I've bored you guys to tears. See my stepping stone. Okay, awesome. South Africa, good. Okay, do you have courses for the ACT? I do not, but I can assist with the ACT, but I do not have a course for that. Factor by grouping, and it's a struggle. Yep, all right, so we're going to do some more practice with that, so I can help break that down to you. All right, so I got you, Chelsea. Remember the order of operations? Okay. Out of sight, out of mind, yeah. Yes, of course. I'm going to definitely give another example. All right, okay. Awesome. So let me switch over. All right, and then we can get ourselves situated. All right. I'll do this one. Why not? Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. So we got 4x cubed minus 12x squared minus 5x plus 15. Okay. Zoom out a little. Okay. I see we got 50K. What is my rate? My usual rate is 87, but since I got quite a few people that donated to sponsor a student, that price definitely goes down. So just let me know. All right. So I still have slots at discounted rate, and most of the time it's going to be mostly for the summer. Okay. All right. Okay. So if you got it, go ahead. If you're learning, stick with me. So anytime you see 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, that means you're going to do grouping. And they say factor, you're going to be doing it by grouping. So you're going to group the first 2 terms, then you're going to group the last 2 terms. So when you group them, I'm going to cover over the last parenthesis, and then I'm going to focus just on the first parenthesis. So now here, I'm going to find my GCF of this first parenthesis. So what number other than 1 does 4 and 12 have in common? There we go, Ingrid. There it is. They just have to finish it out, Ingrid. You're right there. Good. So we got our 4s, 2 works, but 4 is bigger, okay? And it can't be 3 because 3 doesn't go into 4s evenly, okay? So just 2 works, but 4 would be so much nicer. Okay, there you go. Yes. So if I factor out this 4, now I'm looking at my variables. This is x to the 3rd, this is x squared. So this has 3 x's, this has 2 x's. So both of them have at least 2 x's in common. So that's why it's going to be 4x squared. Here's a cheat code. If they both have x's, pick the one with the lowest exponent. So now we're going to divide the original expression with the GCF. So 4 divided by 4, that will give me 1. And if you have x cubed, that means if you have 3 x's here, and I took out 2, that means I have 1x remaining. Now I have a negative 12 divided by 4. A negative divided by a positive, that gives me a negative. And then 12 divided by 4, that gives me 3. And if you had 2 x's and you pulled out 2 x's, you don't have any x's left. Okay, so it's just exactly what you guys have. It's going to be my 4x squared times x minus 3. Good. With the negative 3's. Good. It's okay. All right. So now we have this next parenthesis. So I'm going to cover up the previous one, and I can focus on this last one. So now we have a negative 5x plus 15. Knowing that my leading coefficient, okay, this one has an x, so this is my coefficient, is negative, that means I need to bring down my negative. And what does 5 and 15 have in common? Is 5. Good. So my GCF, it will be negative 5. Okay. So now you're going to take your original and you're going to divide by your GCF. So negative 5x divided by negative 5, that gives me 1x. Positive 15 divided by a negative 5, a positive divided by a negative is a negative, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. Good. So now, look at your parentheses. Both of the parentheses should be exactly the same. Okay, if there isn't, that means we have to do some tweaking. So yes, we're going to write down our parenthesis, which is my x minus 3. Okay, write down the common parenthesis. And the other parenthesis, you're going to write what's outside the parenthesis. So that's that 4x squared minus 5. And since 4 and 5 doesn't have anything in common other than 1, it can't be broken down any further. It doesn't have to go first. Louise, relax. If you want to do the 4x squared minus 5 first, and then your x minus 3, that's fine. Remember, it's multiplication. It's more commutative. We're okay. Okay? Can you stop crying? All right. Okay, so for the people that were new to grouping, how are we feeling? You're still crying? This better be tears of joy. All of a sudden I turned into my mom for like 5 seconds. So sorry. You crying? It better be tears of joy. Learning. Okay. Good. Thumbs up. Good. Good. A little better, but not so much. Okay. All right. Okay, you're doing good. Okay. All right, Caden's doing good. Okay, you're in Calc 2. Awesome. All right. Just a nice little refresher here and now. Hey, Austin. Feel a little better? Okay. Give you something to cry for. Yeah, I know. Like, what? Why? Okay. Better already? Good. Okay. 67, you're loving this. All right. Welcome. One of my favorite classes in high school and college. All right, Kay. Nice. All right, so it sounds like something's telling me to add in another one. Hold on. Gotta make sure I'm not repeating any numbers. You would think I would take track or keep track of stuff. Meh. I used to be organized. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden I had to be in charge of so many things, I guess. Yes. Oh, nice. We're at 60. That would be great. So the goal is 100K. Could we do it in less than 2 hours? What do you mean I should do one with variables? Aren't these variables? Okay. Oh, only variables. There we go. I was like, girl, do you not see these K's? I think it might blow people's minds completely. But it's possible. We'll see. Oh, thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Is that Marma? All right. Take your time. And I think the hardest part is knowing that multiplication table. Okay. Now, will they give you something this intensive? Not for the GED. Okay, the GED will probably give you some numbers that you can manipulate. Like what we did for this previous last one. You'll see more of that. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Do we get rid of the constant? So we're not really getting rid of the constant. Okay, so we're seeing some 7s. All right, so let's see. First thing, anytime you see 4 terms, you're doing grouping. Okay, so that's the first thing. Group these first 2 and group these last 2. So if we use, and I'm seeing some people wait. Okay, I'm waiting. So a couple of people are saying What number does 21 and 84 have in common? So some people are saying 21. Ooh, okay. So there's a battle between 7 and 21. Because 21 times what gives me 84? Okay, so we're looking for the greatest common, right? 7 does work, but the greatest is going to be our 21. So if I pull out the 21, this has k to the third, this has k squared. How many k's do they have in common? Okay. So I got some 2's, I got 5's. So not added together, how many do they have in common? So if I have, let me write up here. I'm just throwing things around my room. So if I had k to the third power, so sorry about this. And then we have k to the second power. I know, especially in this day and age. I'm so sorry. How many groups of k's do they have in common? They have 2. Hoping they don't shut down my life because of that. Let me cover it up real quick. All right, not a fan. All right, so how many groups? They have 2 groups. So now we're going to divide the original by that GCF. So if I have 21 divided by 21, that gives me 1. If I have 3 k's and I take away 2 of them, that means I have 1 k left. Okay, and that's for the other one. Good. So like we said, now we have a negative 84 divided by a positive 21, so that gives us our negative 4. There's 2 k's originally. We pulled out 2 k's, so that means there's no k's left. Okay, so there you go. What was that, black dot? Yes, because that's what we're going for. Okay? Okay, so negative 84 divided by 21, that gives you 4. Okay, that's how they got, and then a negative divided by a positive gives me negative. Okay, so when you divide and the signs are not the same, your answer is always negative. And when you have your 84 divided by 21, that's where the 4 came from. Now, same thing is happening for the other parenthesis. So what is my GCF with 15 and 60? And some of you guys did put it up there earlier. Austin said it was 15. I could swear someone else put it up there too. Nope. Okay, so we got our 15s. We got Nike, we got Caden, we got the black dot. And we got Kia with the 15, Big Al with the 15, Coach with the 15, Yolanda with the 15. Good. And since it is a positive 15, you're putting a plus 15. Now it's not 15k because that 60 doesn't have a k. Okay, so we can't pull out something that's not there. So now we're going to divide this original expression, we'll cover that up, with the 15. So 15k divided by 15, that gives me k. And a negative 60 divided by a positive 15, that gives me a negative 4. Because 15 times 4 gives me 60. Okay, so that has a negative 4. Good. So black dot, exactly. Both of the parentheses should be exactly the same. If they're not, you did something wrong. And you might need to do a rethink. Okay, so since I can think of it as this k minus 4 as my GCF of that line, and then what remains is what was outside the parentheses, which gives us our 21k squared plus 15. Anybody notice something? There we go. Thank you. So factor 3 out of the third term. Yes. Okay. This first factor, we don't have anything. But this one, 21 and 15, they have, as I like to call it, a trifling ass friend. And you're like, what? Yes, think about it. We all have, I have a handful. I don't even know how we're friends, but here we are. Trifling ass friends. The ones that never, hardly ever, they can have a great job, have money, but they will never pay for anything. They always want to go somewhere and never have money. They always want to borrow your car when they have a car themselves. Just trifling. Just that's the only way I can come up with. So basically, we need to factor out that trifling ass friend. It's time to go, right? So what number do they have in common? So 21 and 15, they have 3 in common. So if I factor out that 3, what's going to be left in the parenthesis? Yep, you can do that, Jennifer, as well. So Caden's saying 7k squared plus 5. Touch is saying 7 plus 3. Pablo is saying 7 plus 5. Coach is saying 3 times 7k minus 5. Okay. Kai is saying 7k squared plus 5. Deb is saying 7k squared plus 5. Jennifer is saying 7k squared plus 5. Yolanda 7k squared plus 5. Nike 7k plus 5. Don't forget the square. Okay, you're tripping. Okay. So we have 7k plus 5, 7k squared plus 5, 7k squared plus 5. Yes, so we factor out that 3. We have our 7k squared plus 5. So my final answer is, I have my trifling behind friend. Then I have my 7k squared plus 5. And then I have my other factor of k minus 4. Now, does it matter? I like for the whole number to be out in front. And I forgot who said that we could. I like to give credit when credit is due. Jennifer. So Jennifer mentioned, could we just factor out the 3 at the beginning? Yes, we could have. Okay, yes, we could have. All right. Trifling this. All right. Okay. How are we feeling? Okay, how are we feeling? Oops. All of a sudden I'm not seeing messages. There we go. Okay, still a little better. That's fine. I will take that. Okay, Yolanda's feeling smart. Awesome. Deb, thumbs up. Big Al, good. Always good, if not better. All right, thumbs up, Kaden. Good. Hey, Caitlin. Okay, getting there. I will take that. Okay. I would definitely take that. All right. So let's see if we can hit our quest. So as I mentioned before, we definitely have, let's see if we can do a mad tap real quick. Should we group with the GCF at first or do it step by step? Always want to get with your GCF. Yep. If anything, you can always factor out your GCF. And then do everything. It's the same as yesterday. Well, this one we're doing grouping. We got 4 terms. Last time we were just, we were factoring completely. Okay. Yep. With the grouping, yes. Yep. So if anything, with the grouping, we could factor out our 3 first, because 3 was with all of them, and then do our grouping and have your trifling behind friend on the outside. All right. With 3 terms, do you slide and divide? So much easier. So I do what's called the AC method. So it all depends. Because it might be the same thing, but people just call it differently. Yeah, I don't do 3 terms with grouping. No. I don't. That's just me. Just trying to get through a lot quicker. Where did 3 come from? So out of 21 and 15, they both have 3 in common. Okay, so 21 and 15, they're both in the 3 times table. AC works for all of it. AC works when A is 1 and when A is not 1. So it really doesn't matter. Yeah, because we did that a couple days ago. So if you go to here, you can actually see the replay of it. Okay, yeah, because you can do it for when their leading coefficient is 1, when it's equal to 1, even when it's negative, doesn't matter. You'll get the same solution. Okay. All right, Nelly, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. For AC method is only for 3 terms, not for 4. You don't do AC method with 4 terms. You do AC method with 3. Because we were just talking about with 3 terms, you do the slide and divide. Thanks for a follow, Joy. Okay. Yes. Yes. Because when we go into the solving coach, you're going to see, you're basically finding the values of x, like where your graph is actually going to cross the x-axis. Okay. Aw. Okay. Yeah, and we're going to do that one, the solving part, next time, actually. Okay. All right. One more. One more. All right. Well, thank you so much for being my fans and stuff. Please, yes. Okay. Let me see. Make sure I did not. Okay. So I'm going to leave you alone, completely alone with this one. You can do it. Everybody's like, no. Yes, you can do it. It's fine. It's going to be okay. Okay, I'll just make sure I'm not using K's anymore because that was a little... especially for me. A little unhinged. So we're just not going to use that one. Okay, so we're looking at P's. I think we're good with the P's. All right. So let me... Oops. Almost have my papers blowing everywhere. There. Okay, give this one a try. Wait, you played basketball today? Oh, Dr. Rader. Hello, Chris. Your 3 balls gone. Okay. Think about what we did in the previous one. Let me bring down the previous one a little bit, if you can see it. Think about what we did with the previous one. Okay. Just finished playing. No, keep playing. Keep playing. I know you're gonna be sore. Make sure you stretch. Don't just lay down after playing because especially when you haven't played for a while. Don't do that. Because you're going to wake up with a wicked cramp that you're just going to wish that someone would just take your life, because that's the worst. When you're sleeping and all of a sudden you just roll over and you got a mad cramp. Ugh. It happened to me the other day. I thought I was going to die. Okay. Tomorrow afternoon or evening. You start back work tomorrow. All right. Wait. Where do you work, Coach? Not to be all in your business. Or if anything, if you want to message me personally, you can. That's fine. Oh, that's right. The summer school. All right. Well, here's my thing. your kids are not ready for summer school either. So, you know, the first day, they're just going to look at you like you're crazy the whole time. So, it's okay. It is so okay. All right. Let's see. What'd you guys get for answers? Put it in the chat, please. So demanding today. What's wrong with me? I was asking when. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so let's go. Here we go. First two, because we don't have, so we have 12, we have 21, 28, and 49. So we don't really have anything in common. Grouping the first two and grouping the last two. Looking at the first two, so I'm like sticking to everything. All right. What number does 12 and 21 have in common? Okay, I gotcha. So, what do we got? So, Ingrid, Coach, Nike, Neek, Danielle, they're all saying 3. Good. Now, since we have 3 P's here and 2 P's there, how many P's do they have in common? There you go, Touch. I see you, Yolanda. I see Coco. Good. So 3 what? Okay. So AB, we're not adding. We're seeing what they have in common. So Yolanda's saying 2. Nike says P squared. Big Al said they have 2 in common. Coach says 2 in common. Danielle says 2 in common. Yolanda says P. I got you. All right. So we have P squared. So if I have 3 P's here, 2 P's there, they have at least 2 P's in common. So that's my GCF for this first parenthesis. So now we're going to take our original expression and divide by our GCF. So 12p cubed divided by 3p squared will give me what? So a couple people, yes, in common. How do I find the common number between the two? So if I have 3 P's for 1, that means that's P times P times P. And the other one has 2 P's. So they have 2 groups of P's paired off in common. Now, shortcut to it, if they both have P's, always pick the one with the lowest exponent. So 12p cubed divided by 3p squared, when you divide, you subtract the exponents. I have 3 P's here. I take out 2 P's. That means I got 1 P left. Negative 21 divided by positive 3, that gives me a negative 7. So I have 2 P's here. I take out 2 P's. I don't have any P's left. So yes, it's going to be 4P minus 7. Good, Nick. Good, Big Al. Good, Nelly. Danielle. Good, Caitlin. All right, thanks for the follow, beautiful fly. Appreciate it. All right, so that takes care of the left side. Now, I'm going to slide this over. Now I'm going to worry about the right side. So 28 and 49. What do they have in common? Okay, so I got Nike, Danielle, Kaden, Kia, Big Al, Coach, Ingrid, Coco, Van, Coco Van, Nelly, Jess, Caitlin, they all saying 7. Excellent. And it's a positive 7 because my leading coefficient is a plus sign. So I keep that plus 7 energy. All right, so I need to divide the original by 7. So 28p divided by 7 minus 49 divided by 7, what do we get? So Pablo is saying the 7 times 4p minus 7. Coco is 4p minus 7. Touch is 4p minus 7. Danielle has the 4. Just finish the rest of it. Caitlin, 4p minus 7. Kaya, 4p. Just finish the rest of it. Eddie, 4p minus 7. Okay, kind of 4p minus 7. There we go. Nike, 4p minus 7. Coach, 4p minus 7. Danielle, 4p minus 7. Excellent day. 4p minus 7. All right. Taking this away, what do we notice? Okay, what do we notice? Okay, 7 can be factored out. Not just 7, but, oh, it's my initials. Ah, so it could be like Adam. Got you. Cool. That's really cool. So the parentheses are the same. Exactly. No, we're not multiplying, so we're not squaring them, Pablo. All we're doing is factoring it out. Okay? So since our parentheses are exactly the same, we're going to factor it out. So that means that 4p minus 7 is going to be factored out because it's like the GCF of that line. Now what remains is going to go into another parenthesis. So 3p squared plus 7, because the 3p's right here and the plus 7's right there. This is the factored form of the original expression. Okay, so when they say factor and you notice you got 4 terms, you're going to do it by grouping. Okay. Yep, it's always going to be like that. If your parentheses are not the same, that means you did something wrong. Oh, thank you, Rob. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Always giving gifts. Okay. Hi, Jessica. How are you? All right. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right. So I actually have less than 9 minutes because I have to shut this live down because I have to tutor. So if our goal is 100K, we have 103 of us, 101 now, 103 back. Let's go ahead. I don't know, probably. The way my life is set up, yes, probably. I don't know. It's just my crazy brain right now. It's overworked. Your first name is Adam? Oh, okay. All right. I gotcha. Well, hello, Adam. All right. So 100 taps for each. Let's do it. Let's go. We can do it. Mad tap, mad tap, mad tap. So while you guys are tapping, I'm going to say my spiel so I can wrap everything up. All right. So again, if you're into the math notebook, okay, just let me know. Okay, you can get your hands on this great notebook here with a lot of the resources in the very back, including the factor sheet, okay, the rules of integers, and also the order of operations, properties, all of that, like the basics that we normally see in most of our math classes, okay? Now, this book is designed from 7th through adults. So anyone that's taking Algebra 1 all the way up to your pre-algebra or your college algebra, okay? Or not pre-algebra, your pre-calculus or your college algebra. Now, if you want copies of my notes, we have something called Audrey's Notes. I am waiting for the release of book number 4 because we just finished that on Friday. So it's a copy of all my notes that I have off of TikTok. And each of them has a QR code that takes you directly to the live. So it's almost like you're getting a tutoring service for way less than what you would actually pay for an online tutor, right? And you're going to have me breaking concepts down step by step. Okay, so it has all these things. It also has some graphing, some of the probabilities. Okay, it's like a hodgepodge of different tactics. So we just started with book number 5. So we're in the early stages of this. Probably done maybe September, depending on how things go. All right. Yay! Good job. All right. So if you need these books, this is where you can go. Okay. Yes, it is available here because I can't say these words, but this is how much I get per book. Whereas my own bookstore, I can get obviously a rightful praise, but plus you'll get it in a week's time. So if you're thinking about getting some notebooks for people going back to school that just need some extra resources, go ahead and let me know. And if you're looking for the replays, give me a moment because I have a tutoring session, but after the tutoring session I'm going to download tonight's stuff. So lately it's been taking 3 hours. I don't know. But you can go here to find all of my replays. Okay, definitely go here, sign in. It's a free subscription, no worries. Now, there are a couple of others, depending on what you want, a couple other people that you should follow depending on your interests. If you are looking for elementary or a middle school tutor for reading K through 8 or math K through 3, you can check out my friend Bridget, who is at Read Math Grow. Then we have Robert, who's in here, Robert, the AP math guy. If you're going to AP statistics, or even you're doing statistics for nursing, or maybe even Calc AB or BC, he's going to be your guy, right? He's definitely your guy. If you're doing pre-kindergarten or kindergarten homeschooling and you need some help with the resources and breaking down concepts or getting some ideas, or maybe you just want to have a tutor all itself, visit my friend Nancy of Online Elementary Tutor. She is amazing with it. And if you're also wanting to learn a different way, a really fun, interactive way of how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers, go to Learning with Lynette. She teaches people how to use the abacus. And she has tons of books out on TikTok Shop. She's working on another book. She's working on a book for adults to help their kids with learning of math. So definitely look her up and follow her. She's always on. She definitely has her midnight show. If you're looking for a chemistry tutor, go for Professor TK. She knows her stuff. She's doing a couple things this summer, as well as T's if you're doing ASVAB or GED, and you just need another person to break down concepts. Make sure you follow Miss Taylor at Impact Math 19. She does go live. I think her evenings is the ones that is for her subscriptions only, but she does have a free one during the day at 1 p.m. Central Time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. And then again, if you guys you're going into nursing and you need help with your dosage calculations without using a whole lot of math, visit a Blessed RN. She's amazing with it, so she can break it all down. All right. Yes. All right. Awesome. Yep. As soon as it gets released, I'm just waiting for Amazon to release it, and I'll let you guys know. Yeah, so Robert is finally being able to go live. I'm so excited. So Robert, when are you going to go live? You probably did send me a message and I missed it. Thank you so much for the gifts, guys. I appreciate it. If you're still here. So if you guys are into like statistics and you want to do some advanced stuff, definitely go to see Robert. It's probably stretching. But I'm going to close up soon. I'm going to finish out with, there we go. There he is. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, because we got mixtures of people. So Eastern, I think I can. Hold on. I think I can go. Yeah, I can go. Yes, okay. So 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at red light. Yes, so if anything, stop by, say hi, take a look at the live, learn something new. Don't be afraid of it. All right, so if you guys need private tutoring, if you need help with your courses, ask. You're not going to know the answer unless you ask. All right. I love you guys dearly. Thank you so much for your time and attention and all of the tapping. I greatly appreciate it. But I have to go and tutor now. So I will see you guys on the flip side. Keep being amazing. I will be on tomorrow at 1 p.m. as well as 9:30. Yep, I'll be on at 9:30. Alrighty, we're going to keep doing more factoring. All right, happy scrolling, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.